What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. Today, very excited to give you guys episode number 3 of our UMass College Football 26 Dynasty Rebuild series. We are entering our 3rd season. Quick recap on last year. We went 12-2. We won the MAC championship over Miami, Ohio. And we went to the Ventures Bowl and absolutely destroyed Air Force. We were able to finish with a great 12-2 record to build off our original 7-6 campaign. And this season here in year 3, our goal is to go on and win another 2nd straight MAC championship to then potentially discuss upgrading conference, be it the ACC or the Big Ten. That is, honestly, I'm going to let you guys in the comments decide what direction we go if we win the MAC this season. Take a look at our roster, finding our new starters from the transfer portal and players that had big training camps. We have the Canadian Isaiah Thomas at strong safety. We're going to likely go with Maury to start at free safety. He is a sophomore versus senior, so there's a higher ceiling there. Same athleticism, but Maury gives a big advantage in both coverage abilities. Our corner room and really our secondary overall, I think if we made the maybe too soon jump up early in conferences, it would be exposed. But I think for MAC level play, not a big deal. Granderson went up dev trade in the offseason. He had 3 picks a year ago. I think we got to rely a little bit here on the freshmen. We have Boozer 77, Lefotu at an outstanding training camp. He's up to an 81, and we also got a lot of speed from the portal here in Bally, who has 94 speed, 96 acceleration. Our linebacking core is a mixed bag. We got some veterans that are clearly going to start. We have young developmental players, junior here with a dev trait. We have another dev trait here on the inside, double stars, so they have relatively high ceilings. And this linebacking core, and anytime I got a user some defense and user a linebacker, we're going to be looking for Jaden Osbury, the Notre Dame transfer. He is an outstanding athlete and a very good player for us as he enters his senior campaign, looking to put a good foot forward to potentially becoming a draft pick. We have a lot of depth at defensive tackle, but we are headlined by 3 players that we have found in the portal that are going to be, there's not players that are built like this in the MAC. 6'5", 320 for Jenkins, 84. 6'4", 342, 88 for Agbako, our Georgia Bulldog transfer. And we have Jordan Thomas, who is looking to establish himself as a first-round pick out of New Jersey, 91 overall. He also is a Georgia Bulldog transfer, but he was from 2 years ago. We got London Merritt in the portal this year. The sophomore with a star dev is easily our highest ceiling pass rusher on the squad. Left defensive end, we have Bryce Butler, Canadian, who we got in portal. We have Tiase, who was a freshman All-American for us last season. However, unfortunately, did not go up dev trade. Him and Hairston were the 2 players. I was very surprised we did not get a dev trade increase from their performance last season. Kind of is what it is. But we have a lot of depth at pass rush. Our offensive line is relatively solid. We have Kevin Haywood, the former Wisconsin Badger, star dev at right tackle. We have so much depth at guard. We're probably going to get smashed in the portal next year, and rightfully so. This was an issue in College Football 25, and it has been maybe harshly overcorrected in College Football 26. But these guys are going to need to see the field, and they're not getting with UMass. They're going to find it somewhere else. Dunham's an 85, Ginther 83, Bromell is an 80. We have the man known as Tree 84, Brooks 81. Just so much depth. Spadola 81 at center, the freshman. He had a hell of a training camp. No pressure. You just got to replace a UMass first-round pick. We got a Florida Gator center last season in the transfer portal. He was a 4-star. Surprisingly had us as #1 school. He's one and done in UMass. Ended up a first-round pick. So that is kind of sick, especially for our coach's skill tree as we try to unlock talent developer. Logan Halland, the Oklahoma Sooner transfer, 87 overall at left tackle, which I think, like a non-Power 5 conference, we might have the best offensive line in all college football. The tight end room is dangerous. Olesh, 88 overall for the Penn State transfer. Ogunniyi, who is a homegrown, very, very fun tight end. I think if you, when we watch this, if you want to try to recreate it, you never know. It's RNG. You might not be able to get the transfer portal player. So I think it's fun when we find actual UMass base roster players that develop into dudes, and Ogunniyi is absolutely one. And that is a segue to our wide receiver room, where we have, on the UMass roster, I'm going to tag this guy. This guy needs to know how good he is. Ty Harding. Or is it T.Y., like T.Y. Hilton? Either or. Harding is a stud, 91 overall. That is a homegrown player. Dia Johnson, homegrown player, 86, great deep threat. We get Amari Jefferson in the transfer portal. He's an 87. Hayes has great speed as well. So we're really 4 deep at the position. On top of that, we got an elite dev true freshman coming in DeAndre Force. Now, not a crazy, like, you know, for a speedster, a guy that has like insane 99 speed or anything like that, but he has really, really good skill caps, and we are going to be able to make him an incredible player as long as we can keep him out of the transfer portal. Our running back room is led by, we have old Cookie for our short yardage fullback type role. He's an 83, and Brandon Hood, the hyper athlete with that 96 speed, 98 acceleration. He is going to be RB, running it back and looking to have a much better season than what we had a year ago. The big name that we landed in the port, okay, well, we got our 4-star. Maples was a 4-star recruit out of New Jersey. That is a good get. He is a star dev, and his skill caps, well, his base stats, not our perfect quarterback. You know, if that 84 throw power is scaring you a little bit, no skill caps there. Maybe kind of brutal ones for accuracy, but even then you max that out. I'm seeing a guy that could be a potential starter for us. We got Kelsey in the portal a year ago from the University of Texas. He's pretty much maxed out as an 80 overall. And then the decision comes in. We have Hairston, A.J. Hairston, the homegrown talent here from the UMass base roster. I mean, stud, dude. Like, I'm seeing a guy, junior, if he runs it back as a senior, like a guy that's like 86, 87 overall. Imagine UMass having an 86, 87 overall type quarterback. Well, we have it in Hairston, who last season was awesome, dude. You know, has his flaws, certainly, but we had a nice training camp. He's now up to 93 throw power. He had a season-ending elbow injury last year, played the next week, incredibly tough, maybe the toughest player in all of college football. I feel like there's an element that we need to do right by him. However, we got something special in the transfer portal, and in the NIL era, when you are dropping the amount of money it will require to get a former top 5 quarterback recruit, 4-star here. You look around the internet, they could say he's a 5-star. Has the star dev trait, Jaron Kiawe Sega Polutele. I got, you know, again, first of all, I hope I nailed that. As a Canadian, that is incredibly impressive. Secondly, did this guy have a nickname? I know he's a hype recruit. Is it just like JKS? They call him Saga. You know? Get the Sega Genesis sound quip every time he makes a play. I don't know. Please help me out so I don't have to say this every single time, because he is going to be a special player. His base stats has the best arm on the team already. 95 throw power with still 2 room to grow. His accuracy, less skill caps than any player on the roster. We can work on his elusiveness. We can work on his quickness a little bit. This is a scary, scary player. Like, I think right now we go 1 in accuracy. I think we go 1 to throw power. Honestly, I think we go 1. Do we have any physicals we can unlock? I think we max out his quickness. We get him as dual thready as he can be. 86 speed, 90 acceleration. And then going forward, we still have 1 more to go for power. Bunch of, let's spend that one right there and bring him up to an 84. Still need to look for some physical abilities to be unlocked. But now, at least in terms of base overall, he is tied with Hairston. And I think there's an element here of, and we look, what's the deal breaker? Playing time, playing time. I feel like Hairston shouldn't lose his starting job, but also, clearly, the future is JKS. And if we don't play him, there's a chance, you know, it's going to sting more. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to leave. If he's one and done, not happy that we went with Hairston as a starting quarterback. And I think long term, if we're looking at what QB can bring us to a national championship, you know, Hairston's going to cap out, let's just be generous, 85, 86. Sega Polutele is 90, 92, 93. So that is, quarterback battle, maybe? Give them both a chance? I don't know. For our initial recruiting board, we're going with overall a smaller target board. Our hours increased because of our performance last year, bringing UMass up to a 2.5-star prestige program. But you know, again, it's that gamble. It's like we're feeling good about the team. We're feeling like we're on the ascension. Is that feeling going to be judged correctly by me trying to chase these 4 stars, or are we not actually that far ahead? And let's, you know, chill out here a little bit, assuming that we think UMass can compete with Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, Ohio State, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So there's a chance that we enter with all these 4 stars and we have a chance of getting like 2 or 3 of them. And then the fact that we went a little light, especially on our scouting here on the 3 stars, which we were able to find a couple gems. That's what's always nice to find. We got Jimmy Ream. A couple puns can be made about him. He has great speed for a 3-star. 3-star gem, 90 speed, 92 acceleration. We can work with that. So, I mean, hopefully it works out. Going with the lofty recruiting class. If not, we have clearly shown through 2 seasons that our work is really, really done in the transfer portal. Won't be a deal breaker. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, we also just got a random elite dev wide receiver in Devin Crumpler, part of that class. Not as good skill caps as Forrest, but also Forrest was a top 100 talent. But we do get 2 elite devs coming in at the wide receiver position. It's in good hands. Harding is a senior. We got to find his replacements. We have them on the roster. If you look at our schedule this season, got some interesting matchups. We got Syracuse week 0. We got Boston College rivalry game week number 3. We have UConn scheduled. So I like the fact that we have both the rivalry games. Those are always good to try to stack, try to bring back a little bit the win-loss all-time record back in the favor of UMass, especially while we're on top like this. But for what hopefully will be, if all things goes to plan, our final year in the MAC, we got to go out there and do it. Expectations have never been higher. If we slip up, we lose a couple games, that's going to be absolutely brutal and honestly unacceptable. It cannot happen, but it could, especially if, knock on wood, we could get totally decimated with injuries. So we're now ahead of our week 0 matchup at home against Syracuse, which is going to be a great test. That's going to be an outstanding opening game. A big win here could motivate us and get that ball momentum rolling so that UMass can be a little bit of a juggernaut here in year 3. But we have to make the decision who is going to be our starting quarterback. And I like to think here with UMass, this has been the do the right thing rebuild, where maybe in our Hawaii Dynasty rebuild, we left the Mountain West earlier than consensus in the comments here on the community. And we jumped right to the Pac-12 and reinvented the Pac-12. I decided we won't follow that template. Maybe we'll stay that extra year in the MAC. Let's try and get 2 straight MAC championships and then look to be it, the ACC or the Big Ten at the end of the year. And we can't talk about that too much because we could just as easily blow it, have a couple trap games, and not even be in contention for the MAC this season. But overall, I feel like we're doing the right thing. We're not going to rush it. Same could be said for this quarterback battle. We have A.J. Hairston, homegrown UMass quarterback, 84 overall, which is awesome. Still has room to grow in terms of his skill cap. So like for a junior season into a senior season, I heard people in the comments actually talking about playing UMass, and they've got him up to an 85 overall. So we still got a little ways to go, and he's been really good. I mean, you look at it stylistically, has some dual threat ability, 93 throw power, gets the job done. His accuracies are all in the 80s. He has 96 throw on the run. And, he had last year moments. He's had big moments. He's had huge games. He's broken records. He had a season-ending injury that he came back the next week playing banged up to try and finish the season up for UMass, making him arguably the toughest player in all of college football. I feel like it'd be harsh to just outright, you're not the starter anymore, because we went out and got Jaron Kiawe Segabolotele, the former 5-star or 4-star. I mean, he's in that bubble. He's in that discussion. He's an elite 11 type quarterback. Originally, Cal, Oregon, found himself in the portal. We brought him in. We backed up the Brinks truck. We spent the most NIL money UMass has ever spent on a player. He's a sophomore. He has a much higher skill cap than Hairston does. So the sooner you get him on the field, the sooner you get him in chemistry with all our players, the better. Stylistically, he's just a little bit better for my personal style of quarterback than Hairston. He's a little bit more mobile. He has that 97 throw power. The accuracies are, for the most part, comparable. Everything in my mind says play the young quarterback. Because if you don't play him, on top of the fact, he can get pissed off with the playing time deal breaker and say, I'm not playing, I'm leaving. He's one and gone. But also, Hairston's been our guy. I'd love to be, Hairston to be the dude that leads us into bigger and better things for UMass. He hasn't done a damn thing wrong. But our ceiling as a program is higher with the other quarter. I think the fairest thing to do versus outright just going like this and putting Segaputele at QB1, I think we just have a battle. It's Syracuse. I ideally don't want to have a battle against Syracuse. That is a let's have the team locked and loaded because that is a tough opponent. I think we give the first half to Hairston. We give the second half to Segaputele and just see if we get a clear answer to this. But we will go into week 0 with Hairston as quarterback 1. But the leash that he is on is very short, and he is going to have to fight tooth and nail and show the quarterback that we saw last year he's going to ball out to keep his starting position. Now, this is going to be a big game. Of course, it's a rain game, so probably the worst conditions possible to evaluate 2 quarterbacks. But first half, Hairston. Second half, JKS. And hopefully, under these conditions, against one of the strongest opponents we'll play all year in Syracuse. We have an outstanding secondary. Like, it literally could not be more of a what quarterback can handle the conditions. I'm not expecting either one of these guys to pop off. Rain, Syracuse has multiple stars in their secondary. It's what quarterback in these tough games. In these games that if we go different conference, we're going to see far more often and get out of the MAC. Who is going to be the guy? Let's see. Hairston gets the first opportunity here to start. Oh, right to the tight end. Drop. Great rain game. Awesome. Come on. I know Syracuse got a great secondary, but how about let's have a little bit of an ego off. How about you press man some of my guys and we really see how good that secondary is. Playing like Cal, where it's 5 feet off. Look at that. Top of the screen, they got DJ Pickett, LSU transfer, former 5-star. There we go, that's a good ball. Are they challenging that? Got both feet in. Don't worry about it. We can get some easy throws here. Well, and it's not going to have to be, and I'm not going to grade these, like if Hairston and he gets a rushing touchdown here. Like a touchdown drive is worth the same as the quarterback throwing a touchdown. Like right there, that's going to go down as a scoring drive for Hairston. Great response. Let's see what our defense can do against Syracuse, and we get out the field. Safe grab. Ooh, good ball. Ooh, little press action. Harding at the top. Best on best. Man. I mean, we got a better throw, so we got to throw with confidence. Like, literally, they got 3 stars in their secondary. They're going to line up and try to take out our 3 stars. That means you got to get creative. Run with plays you don't usually run, and then we got to utilize the tight end. I think that's our only mismatch in the passing game. Again. Olash, the Penn State transfer. Let's go. Picking on these linebackers. That safe grab. That's an awkward throw, but another 10. Going in the right direction. Can we get them to bite on the read option again? Ideally, we'd be on the other hash. that was weird. Like my guy like stopped his momentum. Just run. 2nd and goal. Third and goal. Yeah, I don't really want to run it. We saw our short yardage runs last year. See what Harrison can do. Can he open up in his account? We do! Deion Johnson, a lethal combo for the past 2 seasons, opens their account here in the first half. UMass punching Syracuse in the mouth. Will they punch back? For this block there. Oh, brutal, dude. No. It's on the QB there. It was so open. A better throw than... Those little brain farts have been... You know? I throw 10 picks. 6 or 7 clearly on me. 3 to 4 on just, you know, the rating. I feel like that one there is quarterback error. Damn, man. Hell of a pass rush, man. Great defense. 2 sacks and counting there for the pass. There we go. Again. Come on, man. That's comical. Just comical. An insta score. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, hey. It comes with the territory. We've been here for a couple years now. We know they're not going to let UMass have anything too easy. It's a rain game, and we're trying to air it out and play air raid when the conditions are severely hindering and nerfing our players. It's what's going to, you know, help our evaluation. Because we're probably not going to see a better secondary. You're not going to have worse conditions. So which quarterback stands out? Oh, there we go. Wide open for Hood. There's no chance. He's one of the fastest running backs in the nation. A 3rd touchdown drive by Hairston. Come on, boys. All right, midfield, 10 seconds to go. We're going to play like cowards. Won't go man-to-man. That's fine. Speaks volumes about their program. We're going to go right to the tight end. We're going to get out of bounds. 50-yarder. We're at home. It's terrible conditions. What do we got? 13 wind. This is not... So we should just go for... Let's see. Whoa! Let's go! Let's go! He bounces right. Man, Hood is just man on a mission. Rain games where he needs to thrive. Get his confidence back. He absolutely is more than enough talent to be a focal point of this offense. Just last year, never made the most of his opportunities. Oh, my God. Oh, okay, that needs to be better block. That's another house call. Come on, tight end. Really love an opportunity to show off this 97 throw power. This could be it. We'll watch that safety. Oh, yeah. Hell of a ball. Hell of a ball, honestly. In the rain. All right, 3rd and 15. Send Harding deep. Watch the Texas. Oh, hell of a PBU. Had a step. Yeah, we'll punt it. Post wheel. Coach calling this one a couple times here today. 3rd and goal. I don't like that. I didn't like that play. I don't like these, like, roll out. 4th and 3. Why not? He's a lefty. We need more, you know, boots to the left. Got him. Let's go! We got a quarterback battle on our hands. If we had to answer the question, which quarterback played better? I think JKS played better, felt better, but also Hairston didn't play bad enough to lose his starting job. But I don't know how much I personally want this storyline to continue. I think we nip it in the bud as soon as possible, but in a rain game, Hood's the star of the show. Like, it's tough to properly evaluate the quarterbacks. Is there something clearly in the stats? Hairston went 68%, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. 72%, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Both were, you know, game was closer when Hairston was in. From a scrambling standpoint, I mean, very similar, I suppose, to, you know, it's just, I don't know. Do we go another week? Give each quarterback? I think that's what I'd like maybe ideal conditions. Just get non-rain game to evaluate. But I think right now, we got 2 good quarterbacks, and I'd rather that than 2 shit quarterbacks. Absolutely earned it. One of the best week 0 performances of all time for Brandon Hood. Getting recognized nationally as well. Love getting an early commit here. We get John Carvalho, a 4-star corner. Week 2. He's on the lower end of 4-star, you know, top 400 player. But to get that locked in early is huge. Our second game of the season is against Eastern Michigan, back in MAC play, and seeing how we play against Syracuse, that certainly has raised our expectations against our MAC opponents. We're going to go quarterback battle again. We'll switch the order. We'll give Hairston the second half. We'll give the kid the 5-star the first half. Another week, we're just not, I mean, it's smart. These teams are learning that if you press us, oh, we got baited. All right, hey, that's on the resume. Pick 4. Oh, man. Yeah, it's rain game, but rain game nonsense. It's still, your resume's your resume. Second turnover. Who would have thought Eastern Michigan would have such a better defense than Syracuse? It's only a 20 overall point difference. Oh, there we go. First press. Let's go. Let's see it. Here's how you get that confidence back. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what we need. 97 throw power, more speed than anybody in the MAC. Defense gave up a field goal, so we're still trailing Eastern Michigan. It does feel like we may be able to get this game to open up a little bit. But very, very surprised at the level of Eastern Michigan's run defense in comparison to what we saw. I thought we were going to run all over them with Hood again. They've made it tricky. Oh, good run. Great ball. It's one of those things. You ever see those clips on Twitter where it's like they reverse the Tua footage so it makes it look like he's a right-handed thrower and it looks so much better? I feel like that's kind of what we're going through right here. Olesh, just let our athletes be the better athletes on the field. At this point, with the 2 turnovers early, there's no such thing as padding your stats. Gotta get back here. Right, 3rd and goal. We get Hood out the backfield. Right to the tight end, actually. Fight! Oh, we're gonna go for it. I don't know about a run. 4th and goal, maybe QB run. Keep it with him. I'd love to see that 97 throw power on display. And there's, yeah, okay, terrible call. So just ran right away. And again, shocked with his Eastern Michigan defense. How well they are playing right now. Dude. Come on. I'm rattled. 20-point overall difference defensively. Rain game bullshit aside. Eastern Michigan are bringing it. 3 picks, 3 turnovers, sorry, and counting. Now look, we can't block, save our lives. Did we, you know, use too much of our season magic to embarrass Syracuse that we're going to fall flat against Eastern Michigan? Yeah, that's an easy throw, man. Get that in fucking bounds. There we go. This could work. Harding, shot play on the outside. Hell, we have double opportunity here. See, look, we don't have that with Hairston. We're never going to have that with Hairston. All right, we're going to have another press man situation here. Jefferson, the transfer. Can we get transfer to transfer on action here? Boom! It's just ridiculous arm talent, man. Like, you know, it was between him and baby Mahomes, Raiola, right on the portal. And I don't think Raiola has 97 throw power. Can we get it again? Oh, we get hit on that one. But Dia Johnson, probably better thrown out red bar that one. That would have been a touchdown. 400 first half passing yards. We get one more touchdown. We at least break even on the turnovers to touchdowns. Oh, don't like that. Still made something happen. Yourself. Boom. Hey, let's see what Harrison can do. Get in a full half. 3rd and 5. Hairston opening drive of his opportunity. And I mean, we're going to exploit. You got to exploit. Anytime it's press. See if they can show off some arm talent. Oh, no. Okay, did not work out. Fumble, turnover. 3rd and goal on the 8. There we go. I like it. Now we're going to treat this like a 0-0 game. Running the score up, whatever you may call it. I mean, we got to give them the same situational football. All gas, no brakes in this tryout. But I think that probably should go down as a pick. There we go, Hood. Finishes the drive off, runs through contact. That is a motivated running back coming off a Week 0 National Player of the Week performance. I don't know, fellas. One guy felt it a little funner. But a win's a win. 2-0 stout. Hot start. For the good guys. Quarterback comparison. 400 yards. 80% completion percentage. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Had a fumble loss. Hairston, $166. 65% touchdown. Probably should have had 2 picks. One was a wide open drop. I don't know. So it's another big rivalry matchup. 2-0 UMass, 2-0 Boston College. And I think we have to make a tough call. It reminds me a little bit of Jalen Hurts to Tagovailoa. I think Hairston's done real nothing wrong. But you gotta chase the higher ceiling. I think what we've seen with Hairston throughout his career is like he's one of those guys that will handle embracing this. And also, we've yet to go through, I feel like, 75% chance there will be an injury, and it likely won't be the last time we see Hairston under center. I'm not gonna jinx it, but we've had and haven't really had the best luck with QB injuries, to say the least, in our College Football 26 Dynasty series. But, I mean, I just think the ceiling, I think the play style with how I play and how I like to play and how our offense with the talent and athletes that we have at the skill positions, I think it just gives us a better chance. And I say all that, whereas if we suck against Boston College and get embarrassed, I may 100% go back and rethink our decision of our starting quarterback. And it's been all fine and dandy hopping in and playing offense, but now we get a big match against Boston College. We're going to play the moments. How does the offense feel and play while we're not controlling them? Can they score points with this kid under center? The same way we've seen them score points with Hairston under center, proven scored points with, as Boston College. On the road, great hostile environment. Syracuse was maybe a better roster than Boston College, but that game was under our own terms. Back at home, UMass. This one on the road. Boston College beat them last year. They're looking to get their get back. Let's see. We start here with a 3rd down and 4. I don't love instantly going with slants. Let's see, baby. What do we got? Okay. Just a rocket, dude. Just flames coming off that ball. UMass touchdown. We're going to come in and play a little defense. 3rd and 6. New look defense. We got new starters. We got a Boyd. Came from Georgia Tech transfer. 90+ acceleration. He should be ripping off the edge. Look at that. Insta-shed. And we get off the field at mid. I mean, they could go for it. God damn it. Punt it. Here we go. Give me a punt return. Who do we got back there? Jefferson. Who we got in the portal? I believe he's a Memphis transfer. Give me a chance. Man, that's a gong right there. Almost a gong. Let's go offense. 3rd down. Take control. Absolutely. 3rd and 9. Let's go empty slot under. The running back out in motion. Look at Dia Johnson. Man defense. Oh, man. Just picking them apart. So he'll come in the red zone. Come on, get this play off. I don't want to just play a moment right into cutscenes. Great patience. Look at him running. That gonna be. Come on, we're in. We broke the plane. This UMass team is. I mean, again, something we talked about in the last episode when it looked like we could run the table, is that it is inevitable. It is so freaking hard to go undefeated in college football 25. We're seeing it in college football 26. But initial vibes is that this UMass team is going to be very tough to beat. Getting out early, getting this crowd out of it, and we come back in another third down alert. 3rd and 3. Maybe we can get them to sneak here with a screen pass. We're in Boston College territory. This could be 4 down territory. There we go. It's blocked up well. Outstanding. 3rd down and 5. Double post. I'd look for the tight end here. Bullish. Oh, dude. Good throw, man. Field goal. 42-yarder. On the road. Oh, Stadium Pulses are rolling. We got the wiggle. Oh, this is going to be tough. Not for me! 3rd down. I love this too. Our defense is playing out of their minds. And just straight up let me play offense. Let me do what I do best. Come on, man. It's 2 drops from the tight end. 53-yarder this time. I don't know if we want to keep testing our luck here. Hit the gong, hit the upright. That's a good kick on the road. Fortunately, it gave them some momentum. They're scoring points. We get a chance to get some of our own before halftime. Little double slants opportunity here. Again, though, much like the Syracuse game, these teams are learning. Just getting press man. No one wants to go athlete on athlete, I guess. Scared of how UMass is recruiting and the kind of athletes we're bringing in. I guess we got to take that as a sign of respect. Oh my God! See, look, that's right there. I missed that 15 times in a row with Hairston at quarterback. It's the margins. That's the difference. There we go. Field goal in the second half coming again. Another 3rd down. They put this one away. Show them some mercy. Inches left. We got to go for that. Oh, come on. Keep the foot on their throats. Red zone. Screen passes have been money. Anytime we can get the football in Hood's hands. Ooh, Harding. Touch pass. Can we get you the easy layup touchdown? Price. Great pursuit by 14. Third and 2. 4 down territory. No mercy. Captain Insano shows no mercy. I think we made the right call. Tough call, but the right one. Upper rope, dude. Automatic. The other guys don't even exist. Playing catch with themselves. And it is a dominating UMass performance in the rivalry game that doesn't feel like a rivalry. Oh, man. We got something here, dude. Beast. And a non-surprising JKS Player of the Week performance. I will say, as the on-field looks good, the recruiting is kind of the worst-case scenario. When I highlight the board, so we're going after probably more 4-stars than we probably should. Like, we've done nothing wrong. We've done the best we can. We're maximizing our hours. It's just, we all, our school grades still kind of suck. So when you have the Alabamas and Ohio States and the Miamis, things get a little tough. Well, I'd love to get Gilmore here committed as soon as we possibly can, so we don't have to worry about any recruiting battles. We're probably going to be tough to stay first year for Putu Utu. We got Odom first, very close to a commit there. Don't want to get in a battle. We're looking relatively decent on Jeremiah Johnson. Relatively decent on Lawrence. We recently just dropped to Ohio State. So it's, I don't think we're going to have this God class. We're going to drop a lot of these 4s. I'll be surprised if we get at least 3 of them. There we go. That's what we need to see. Odom across the line. Can we get the corner too? That would be... that would have been sick, but 1 down. So, yeah, we got to tough to say. There's just no chance on sleds. Like, I don't even know if we need those 40 hours, but we're thoroughly lost there. For Gilbert, maybe try to sway. Really be the only one. Playing time A+. We get B+ on championship contender. We get C- on brand exposure. Now we're getting ready to run through some MAC opponents. Barring a surprise, expectations, UMass is going to be very difficult to beat through 3 games. Sega Politele, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. Scary. Let's see the end of the sim. That's the next big test. Can we reliably, against the MAC, with this offense, play at the level we know we can play, or are things going to be a struggle? Grinding teeth. Look, we're already losing to Buffalo. I mean, they're not bad. One of the better teams we will see in the MAC. But if we want to leave the MAC in the rearview mirror, we got to take the best, kind of frustrating, awkward MAC opponents and thoroughly be better than them 9 times out of 10. And what we're getting here is, I guess we're seeing that kind of chipping away at the lead. But we're not seeing, that's just way too many field goals. Let's get a touchdown here. Put it away. We controlled. I want to look at the stat line. Like, were we efficient? Was it wildly inefficient? 15-10, not a great score line for our talent. And it's, Jesus. The touchdowns were right there, but he went for almost 400 yards. So, okay. About as impressive as you're going to see for 15 points put up. What about the defense? Defense clearly was clutch today. Winning ugly. Sack and a half from Jordan Thomas. Got the turnover from Spells. That's pretty sick. T.Y. Harding, UMass career receiving yards record. Didn't get the role recruiting that we were looking for. Out on Reeser, clipped by Ohio State. Out on Gilberry, passed by Miami. Second on Johnson. That's, again, it's a race with a head start to Penn State's going to be tough. Falling behind on Lawrence. And then Gilmore, I thought it was going to be a lock. Really need him to come in. We need bodies in the secondary. And then it's just fucking took too long, dude. Too long in this race. Just gotta, admit we lost, dude. We overextended ourselves. And we're going to end up, had all those 4 stars, went with the shorter board. Did get 2. We're not out of it yet for Gilmore. But it's going to be tough to close that gap with Notre Dame taking the lead. Tough to close that gap with Penn State taking the lead. And I'm just hoping that maybe that Week 7 visit can do something, but it's looking very unlikely for Lawrence. Whatever. Bad boys out here. Martin Lawrence. Kidding me? I always like a make-right game. Probably top 3 crushing loss that we've seen through 3 years with UMass was our loss to Temple back in year 1, where I threw a end zone interception on what could have been a game-winning drive on an epic 4th quarter comeback. Now we get a chance to get a get-back. Good weather. Take any game that's not a rain game. We're getting to play at Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's ball out. UMass starts first. Touchdown. Touchdown, baby. Oh, man. We are... This is the year that's going to be the people that probably in the comments say, just go. Don't go back to the MAC again. We know what it's going to be. They're right now because it's looking like these MAC and MAC adjacent level talents have been surpassed by a juggernaut that we've made in UMass. Also shocked that we've been able to find more success with UMass than I did with West Virginia. Even though West Virginia had already way better school grades, better pipelines, better coach, better base talent. This UMass team, I'm going to be honest, like, fun players throughout. We've got great roles in the transfer portal. But I would say, at minimum, if you're watching this series, UMass is like a fun cupcake squad. We got 200-some yards, 3 touchdowns, had a pick. Our run game was pretty good. Hood, 126 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, T.Y. Harding, just dominating, adding to his legacy. And on the defensive side of the ball, we get some nice pressure. Love seeing the Canadian with 2 sacks. And we get another 2 picks. Back-to-back games with interceptions for spells. That's another reason to go to bigger conference, man. It's getting, you know, elevate the school. Elevate the prestige of this school. That guy was a layup! And then we're pretty much done here. We're not going to get you either. So I'd say all remaining 4 stars, donezo. Ranked 25th is cool. Oh, that pisses me off. So I think what we do now, it's, you know, clear as day. We're going to lose out on Lawrence. Gonna lose out on Johnson. Gonna lose out on Patutua. Lost out on Gilmore. Maybe there's still some 4 stars. Like undecided 4 stars. Usually we have a couple guys. I mean, I don't actually necessarily want to have to restrict it to pipeline only. Do we have a couple 4 stars to no offers? Okay. Let's see if we can have a better luck at a second swing here at some players. All right, so we're able to find a nice little crop here of 4 stars. So we're going to try and bring in. We have Amani Abdesmad, who has A+ playing time at wide receiver. Sendeo's A+ playing time. Again, we don't have the hours to really scout because we're going to absolutely have to hit these guys with a full 50. We have quartermen who are almost a top 5 on the offensive line. He's an A+ playing time. A playing time on Emerson at D tackle. A+ playing time on Toon, who's likely going to be a linebacker, and an A+ on Coffee at linebacker as well. So back off the recruiting trail, we are into rivalry season as a ranked team for the first time in this series. 5-0, number 25 UMass. Perfect opportunity for UConn in a rivalry game that we smashed them a year ago to play spoiler and ruin all of the positive vibes that we've got through 7 weeks here with UMass. You know what? Given it's a rivalry game, we'll give them a chance. We'll play the moments. If they stick me out on defense, don't give us many opportunities offensively, UConn may stand a chance. And we're getting stuck here defensively already in the red zone. Let's see. Oh, you're not going to do that, dude. Line of scrimmage, UMass. All UMass, all the time. You gotta need to try to pick on these linebackers. Thomas in the inside, star player. Gets the double team. Oh. What? That is lazy tackling. Blown play, and then a chance to limit the damage. Right from... Say we dominate the line of scrimmage, 2 back-to-back plays that are quite pathetic at the line of scrimmage. Now we have 3rd down. Looking a little bit off the slants here. 3rd and 7, 4 down, potentially go for it. Oh, big hit, good grab. With that, we're going to get a red zone opportunity. See if we can run it the same way they ran it. We want to try and make this game about who can win the trenches. I like our team. Psych. I don't like my team going backwards. We'll go right back to the run here. Harding in the slot. That could be a quick throw. Maybe that's one of the rare times maybe that 97 throw power was unneeded. No one was catching that howitzer. 3rd and 11, though, we'll just go with high percentage play. Tie this thing up. There we go, another 3rd down opportunity. Look at the screen pass here. Let's follow our blockers. We're going to come in the red zone. We're going to look at speed dig. I don't know if I've ever really ran this play. Jefferson, Harding. I mean, it looks fairly easy. Right bumper, right? Right bumper, throw to the inside. Linebacker did drop off, so we'll take the smart throw. Take the 3 yards. Give a little C4 special toss play to Hood in the red zone. Let's block this up, fellas. Full teamwork to make the dream work. Look at that, 18 on the outside. That is a pure receiving tight end doing the dirty work. Setting the edge. Hood takes the C4 special to get a lead for UMass. Now we're coming in on defense here. 3rd and 8. I think with the talent that we have, it's about time we start getting some stops. Drop off in coverage here with Osbury. Oh! Pick it on me! All right, hold to a field goal. Get to come back in on offense, 3rd down. Definitely noticing, though, throughout our 5 games, 6 including this one, we are getting very little press opportunities. But, you know, you try to take away our wide receivers, we get a 6'6" uncoverable tight end. That there's nobody on our schedule that has DBs, linebackers, or anybody else that can match up with. That just flick of the wrist. Try slants. Don't love slants, man. Don't love slants with this offense. Still don't love it. All right, 24-10. Are we enough to put this into auto drive? Cruise control? Or are we going to struggle? Very little offense since we've decided to trust the team. And we've got 2 field goals to show for 2 nice drives, so we just can't get over the hump. There we go. Nice little garbage time score. To reiterate, there is nothing close about this rivalry. After opening up our recruiting wide open, 2nd wave, didn't really get the jumps that I was hoping for. Plenty of times you hit these guys that are undecided with a 50, and you jump up and you might get 1 or 2 that you instantly become their first school. You know, not a great roll. I would say cautiously optimistic we can at least get Ream across the line. Fast 3-star gem running back this week. Maybe even the kicker. We got an interesting matchup here. We now need to kind of look at the schedule. Who could be a trap game? Well, on the road against Northern Illinois, 4-3, but 3-0 in MAC play. Miami, Ohio, meh. Ball State looks competitive again. They're 5-2. Central Michigan, you know, kind of meh. Toledo, kind of meh. Bowling Green, kind of meh. So you're looking at where we could slip up realistically without, like, you know, an unforeseen embarrassing loss. We have the 2 road games, NIU and Ball State. I mean, let's see it. This could be it. This could be tricky. I'll give them a chance. We'll play the moments on this one. Won't just steamroll them with my offense. Well, this is quick. I got wings coming in 4 minutes. So do not let this be the trap game. Let's smash them. Let's start out real hot right away. What is that? That's a wolf. That looks like a silver pig. 3rd and 7. Cowards won't press, but look at Hood, the running back. Not enough respect for his athleticism. You got to press him. Like, you better hope he drops this. Because if not, you just straight up like, no, let's not worry about the 96 speed running back running in a straight line. There we go. Boo. That's oh my God, dude. I was wondering at this point, like, if we win out, it's still MAC level competition. We're 22nd right now. Like, can we get to the college football playoff with, you know, the MAC being where we represent? I hope this doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. Not this game. This game's done and dusted. But staying this extra year in the MAC. I don't really know how it could. Like, the only thing we may be feeling is losing out on some of those 4-stars. So if we made the move to ACC Big Ten, maybe those 4-stars were a little bit more competitive on. I don't know. But in one of our, on paper, 2 toughest remaining tasks, we took an undefeated MACtion play, Northern Illinois, and smashed them. 48-28. The Wings are on their way. I cannot wait. A humble game. 2 touchdowns. No picks, no turnovers. I like seeing that. Able to show that, hey, you want us to run the football? We'll get a hat trick for Cookie. We'll get almost 100 on the ground for Hood. We'll control the passing attack. And defensively, we'll pin our ears back, get some sacks, get a turnover. The freshman, Lafotu, I think that's the 2nd or 3rd pick this year. Defense also playing at another level than what we've seen the previous 2 seasons. But that T.Y. Harding continues to shatter records, now owning the UMass career receptions record. Nice, finally. I mean, at this point, even getting a 3-star feels pretty good with how our commits have dried up this season. Now, 2 straight weeks of having Send the House on these miscast 4-stars. Unwanted, confused, they don't know what they want to do. We're now 1st for Coffee, 1st for Tune, in the top 5 for Emerson, 2nd for Quarterman, number 1 for Abdesmad. That's looking promising. But we got to pick it up. We really, I think we have to get at least 8 of, I mean, we already have some of these locked in, but of the 10 names here, we have to finish when all is said and done, I think, with 8 of these 10. Miami, Ohio up next, week number 9. You know, I guess I don't want to repeat myself every single time. It's trap game or smash, I think, for UMass here. We're just lucky the wings aren't here yet. Being delivered. Okay. I know my team likes wings. I know UMass, these massholes, love wings. They want me to eat these warm, not lukewarm. So they're going to get us through here over the line. But Miami, Ohio, okay. 2 touchdown drives in the first half, playing in the first half of their lives. They got a lead. Come on, boys. Stop playing with our food. There we go. There we go. Another score. Touchdown. Boom. Boom. That's what we need. That's where we would lose a year ago. That's a year ago where it'd be like, oh, we just can't get first downs when we need to in clutch time. We stay and give a dog shit team a chance, and we get burned. This year, that's the difference maker. Didn't go our way. Didn't go as planned. But when push came to shove at the end of the game, 14 points to 3, UMass, Miami, Ohio in the 4th quarter is what, you know, the levels to this. Not the greatest showing from the quarterback. I mean, it's been a minute since he's had a dominating performance. Did have 43 yards and a rushing touchdown. So we may need to, I'm going to have a full belly of chicken wings. Kind of play a little offense in our next game. Pass rush was on point. It's a quality win. I've been in lap. If it wasn't so boring, I probably would put it in this video. 15 minutes. That's all it takes in free practice, running defensive plays. I got 3 defensive plays I feel all right with calling right now. I'm in a good spot. I found a couple stunts that I like. So here against Ball State, 6-2. They're 3-1 in conference play. I'm locked in. The goggles that add plus 15 to my play style took a step back so we could thoroughly lock in as our 15th ranked, undefeated, 8-0, 4-0 in MACtion UMass program. If I suck at defense when we get opportunities, I'm going to be so frustrated because I think I figured it out. Oh, we're going to suck. We're going to suck! No! It's going to be so bad. All right, let's go. Locked and loaded. I'm almost hoping for defense. But if that moment doesn't arrive and we just handle Ball State, it is what it is. Open and drive, red zone. Again, we're not good enough to assume that we'll win out. But this is the last tricky game on paper on the schedule. And we're just going to start with a nice, quick little slant. Dia Johnson. He's one of those guys who's looking at the stats. Probably could pad his stats a little bit for what he's meant to this program. A little bit of a quiet season. So we'll see what we can do. Man. I don't think I'd ever say, through my experience of college football 26, let me get on defense. But here we are. Ooh. Hospital ball there to Hood. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 4-3. Over solid. Cover 2 invert. Okay, this base is the play that I like. Look at that. Oh, okay, almost got a stop. Fell forward. But it wasn't someone completely wide open, which is a win. And then we're going to go here. And we're going to go cover invert. Then we're going to hold it. And we're going to hit these guys with a Texas 2-man. Stunt. So that means the D-line's going to get after it on that right-hand side. We're going to chill. That dude. I think we figured it out. Confidence has never been. I like cover 2 invert. I love cover 2 hard flat. Because, you know, that's trying to find reasons to justify staying in the MAC another year. And it's just like, you know what? We're going to get more confidence so that when it comes to, you know, the jump up in competition, wherever we end up going, we won't be last place. All right, we got the stunts going. Going to be Osbury, our best linebacker. He's going to protect the sticks here a little bit. God. Stunts, everybody. It's what you need. I like Texas. I like Pirate. Let's go Pirate. Boom. Watch this work. Osbury, the linebacker here, out on a receiver. Come on, this is the time to show what we've been doing in the lab. Hold it to a field goal here. Bend, don't break. Oh, my God. Idiot defense. Like, I swear to God, my DNs have, like, 90 awareness. How are we not queuing in on that, boys? Third down. Let's go spot wide dig. Olesh. There's still plenty of games. But right now, Olish is the leader for the John Mackey, which is the tight end of the year in college football. Oh. Those were anybody but D-line. That's probably a pick. We have a 41-yard field goal. Gotta get into a rhythm. Since I last would have recorded a gameplay, it's been over 24 hours. This is first thing in the morning, first game in. Little rusty. Look at this El Paso 4-man. That sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like you can get a lot of trouble with an El Paso 4-man. And we get out the field. And we get to come in here. Third down, opening drive of the second half, trailing Ball State. Okay, thought we got enough depth there. Let's go for it. Fourth down. I think we take the points here. Try to tie this game up. Good kick. Hell of a kick. On the road. Not a terrible home field advantage to deal with. Still one nonetheless. 3rd and 4. So I say Olesh, 88 at tight end, is currently up there in the Mackey. What if I told you Hood in the backfield is also right up there for running back of the year? He's having a hell of a season. Third and 5. Damn it, man. They got a good pass rusher there. I got some juice. I mean, at this point here, kick another field goal. Points are at a premium. Our team's feeling the pressure. Oh, get in there, damn it! Gonged it! 3rd and 9. We'll go cover 3. Texas two-man off the left. See if that can free up Merritt, who's leading our team in pass production. We'll go Taise on the other side. I mean, again, it's at least getting instant pressure that we're able to hold them to a field goal, but we're still trailing. We need to get a touchdown here. All due respect to Ball State, but this is not a defense that should be giving us trouble. It's 100% because I'm not, haven't just been playing this game for 5 hours. We're not in the pocket. I played some defense. It's it. Offensively, out of a complete... And there we go. 3rd and 10. Delay a game. Gonna go wide trail. Try this one. Right there. Dion Johnson. Great job by the offensive line there. I was able to go through 3 different reads. That's not always a luxury we are given. 3rd and 6. In field goal range, no turnovers. Points are a premium. Look at that. We're getting pressed by Harding. Going to watch that safety, but I'm probably going to want to try that. DB stumbles. Harding back of the end zone. Easy does it for a man that is chasing down records in the MAC. Defense gets us a stop. We're back for another 3rd down and 8. Oh, they're going to press us again. I feel bad for you guys. For that safety flat-footed. Got it. Harding again. Press me at your own. What do we got? 4th and 10. Let's go back to the money. Let's go back to what I've been working on. Cover 2 invert. Texas two-man off the right. Osbury at linebacker. Back the sticks. Oh, that's a hell of a ball. Not too many plays can stop a throw that good. Then a touchdown for Ball State. And we have an end-of-game drive here. Put this thing away. Up 3 minutes to go. One of the best running backs in the nation. Hood in the backfield. Let him go to work. But, man, hopefully that is not serious. As Cookie punches it in. Give me the injury update on Hood. They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 10. And pretty much any reps. Hold on, this nickel. Nickel 2 trap. And we're going to hit him with the... Here's the Tempe 4-man. I like the sound of that. Tempe 4-man stunt. Here's Osbury. There we go. Let's get that depth. Whoa, get out of here. Newfound confidence on defense. Hood back. I'm only calling this. Yes, he is. Okay. Anytime a guy goes down holding his knee, you're worried. Hood is back in the game. Stinger, we'll call it. I don't want to kick the field goal. Let's go for it. Let's be aggressive. See if we can pad our stats. This score shouldn't be this close. We've got a Cookie out the backfield. 1st down, but again, minute 27. I want points. The press man on Harding. Throw the football around here. Look at that. They're trying. Look at the coach trying to be respectful. Be like, you know what? Let's just no. This is our last time to beat up on Ball State. We got to take every opportunity that we have. Halfback angle, 3rd and 4. See if Harding can continue. Let's just keep trying that. If not, Olesh. Looks like a great option. Right there to Cookie. Look at that grab by Cookie in double coverage. Comes down with it, showing off a set of mitts. Got a couple oven gloves there. Fresh from the kitchen. Baking a batch. Double chocolate chunk. We'll go to the best damn tight end in the nation. Olesh to run the score up. And that confidence on D. We got stops. Against Ball State would have cooked us a year ago. Now, we still gave out 21. Not all that was on me. But feeling good. Feeling real good. So with that win, we have jumped up to 13th in the polls. Which, I mean, if we're being honest, it does feel like the ranking system works a little bit better, a little bit more realistic in college football, 26 versus 25. But as a team, undefeated team from the MAC, flirting with a top 10, I still feel personally 9-0, given the level of competition we play. Should be ranked, but, you know, probably should be in the 20s. High team, like, we should be closer to the 25 than we are number 10. But they're also, like, they're showing value. Boise State in the Mountain West, they're number 10 in the nation, undefeated at 9-0. You got a 2-loss UCLA, you know, a couple 2-loss programs, like SMU with 1 loss. They probably shouldn't be in the top 10. But, I don't know. I mean, hey, happy that we're here at 13. It's on us to do our job, to close out at least the regular season by handling business. We have Central Michigan, who are 3-6. If we're looking at potential trap games, we still got Central Michigan, Toledo, and Bowling Green. Toledo, from a rating standpoint, has the best roster remaining. But, you know, I guess Bowling Green road game could be the ultimate trap. But I think at minimum, these two games, Central Michigan, Toledo, at home in Amherst, Michigan, we got to handle business. With my newfound love on defense, I'm going to play moments again. Not any worry for Central Michigan, but I think that's how we're going to get some nice defensive reps here without outright playing the full games, which I don't think anyone wants to have a 7-hour video every time we want to do a rebuild. Let's see, red zone. Honestly, I might start skipping some of the offensive ones just to get on defense. We got 1st and goal. We're going to start with a stick. Right into Olesh, makes the grab up to the 1. And I think I'm now conscious that Hood is in pole position for some of these running back awards. I think when we can, to try and help him pad his stats a little bit. Which, I mean, he earns it anyway. Did you know Hood was at Colorado, like a Deion Sanders guy, transferred to UMass? I found that out when I was trying to find him on social media. But brutal, brutal push from the offensive line here in the rain. Trying to help him out by getting him a touchdown. We're absolutely not kicking a short field goal. Terrible angle. There we go. Beautiful. 4th down. Easy does it. A lot of nothing going on here, though. Coming back in on 3rd down. Slants, sure. 3rd and 4, UMass. I assume UMass has never been ranked. So we are in historic times for the Minutemen. And we're getting good looks on slants. Slants have been far from my favorite play in college football 26. Not usually a layup. The same layup what it was maybe in like 2 Mads ago. Man, Central Michigan's run defense came to play. 10 carries, 17 yards, 1.7 yards per touch for Hood. Just daring us. They're like, hey, you guys want to throw the football? Yeah, okay. I'll throw 2 touchdowns to my backup tight end. That's what you're going to do. Just like keep cooking on offense. That's all you need to do. Keep beating up on these 60-some overall defenses. There we go. Going for it on 4th down. 4-3. We'll cover 2 hard flat. We're going to stunt. Texas 2-man. Ooh. Trying to take it with the middle of the field. Let's go, baby. It's like, I imagine some of you guys out there watching, it's like watching a baby walk for the first time. I'm figuring it out a little bit. Just get it down. Get the first down. It's going to come back for a hold. It's fine. Give him more of a chance. 3rd and 12. Oh, dude, couldn't get fast enough. Dia Johnson was open. All right, missed opportunity there. We get to come back in on defense. Cover 3 nickel. We're going to hit him with the Texas 2-man. Going to be Dyson. Going to try to protect the middle here. Drop, rain game. If that wasn't a rain game, maybe he catches it. See if we can get a little bit of running back numbers here for Hood. One explosive run to the house, 38 yards. Just not getting those lanes. Look at that, man. Hard day. 23 carries for 47 yards. My sincerest apologies. 4th and 16 coming up. I wish things over. I mean, it's a rain game. Usually rain games at home. Great environment to try. Look at that, dude. Just let's go, dude. At minimum, bare minimum, my level of defense is I just need when I have a good defense, when I have a defense in this game in particular, or my defense is overwhelmingly better, I need to make it so they're not a liability. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I can get to that level. I feel like when we're playing really good teams, you know, maybe I'll get exposed a little bit. But against these gotta-have-it wins, where in years past we'd still give up 20, 30 points, these gotta-have-it games ended up being shootouts. Let me control against bad opponents. Let's go. Let's end this with a sack. Oh, I hit something, man. I don't like that angle. What button did I hit? Oh, no. Yes! Osbury, a linebacker. Try to house it. There we go. Good things are happening. Even though I don't know what I do with the camera angle, and I hope that did not change a preset. And it's always like that all the time. Dominating win at home. Defense doesn't look better. JKS, 5 tuds. Love it. A quick recruiting update. We are first place for all of our second go 4-stars. Getting real close to a commit here on Quarterman, which would be pretty sick. Hopefully, you know, we can wrap that one up before that week 13 visit with Michigan. But we're looking in a relatively good spot. Ideally, we get these things settled in the regular season so we don't have to worry about these guys transferring over when it's time to focus on NIL and getting transfer portal dudes. And the last tricky game on the schedule, 6-4 Toledo, 4-2 in MAC play. Looking at the MAC as a whole, Toledo is, you know, right there in the hunt. Like, they still view this as if they win, they're on a 5-game win streak. They could keep winning and sneak into the MAC championship. Ohio Bobcats just slipped up. That one loss, too, would have been against a MAC opponent. They were undefeated in MAC play. So, the good news is, you know, for how well of a season we've had, we've seen the MAC be incredibly competitive. We are, at minimum, going to be in the MAC championship, even if we lose out. So, that is good. But we got to handle business here at home against Toledo. I'm happy this game's at home because this was on the road. Maybe be that much more of a trap game opportunity. And with the win that we just had over Central Michigan, it didn't improve our spot in the polls. But I think Toledo's quality enough that a win here should help us. Even if it goes up only 1. We go up to 12 or go up to 11. We get into that top 10. I think we're going to show enough respect on Toledo. A program that has sent a bunch of dudes to the NFL not too long ago. Right? We got Quinyon Mitchell, my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Absolute baller. I think they had Darius Alexander was like a day 2 pick going to the Giants. Get over here. Look at that, man. The stunt just confuses them so much up front. Red zone. Definitely not running any RPO. We'll go with the slant. Then in Dia Johnson. Take those free 8 yards on the free release. I'll go with the stick. 2nd and 2. Ooh, Harding. Oh, he's fighting. Lose the chains. Keep the clock rolling. I mean, at any game right now, we don't necessarily want to make it longer. Because it's just more opportunity to put our players at risk of injury, wear and tear, and, you know, shenanigans happening. Let's just get these opponents, put them away. Get to the MAC championship undefeated. All right, we're coming in here. 1st and 10. Okay. With a Texas two-man. Well, now that I'm getting in this, what's your guys' favorite stunt? Is there a stunt that I'm sleeping on? Okay. Hit me with a spin move. I see you. Go. Great tackling. Open field. 4th and 1. Bend, don't break, and we get to make them settle for a field goal. That is a win for the Minutemen defense. Hey. Short field goals get the best of anybody, okay? Don't take that too harshly. I think Jason Candle's their coach. It happens. Red zone here in the 2nd quarter. Gonna pile on. Ah! Baller. It's just, I think in hindsight, it maybe wasn't the feel-good story that we could have had at the quarterback room. But we made the right choice for who our starting quarterback is. There's just, I mean, Hairston, all due respect. Still pretty outrageous that we got a mid-80s quarterback off, like, base UMass roster. And if the transfer portal didn't exist, we didn't get the influx of cash. I mean, if we didn't make such an attractive program, we even had a chance of getting baby Mahomes there, 2.0 Raiola. I think we'd be more than fine with Hairston. But the fact of the matter is, Hairston's what, like a 1-star, 2-star athlete? When you get a 230-pound when you get a 230-pound monster, that's a 5-star. It's just, there's just levels to it. We get press. Best tight end college. Oh, that's a hell of a pick, man. Toledo's had some good DBs. Arm punt and the first half, not really worried that's going to spark big momentum shift. It was just trying to make a play. Happens to the best of us. We get a great moment here to start out the 2nd half. 1st and goal. All right, Toledo's playing with a little bit of heart here. Some of that yards. There we go. Maybe try to run this one in with Hood. 4 down. I mean, we just don't kick short field goals. We saw literally what happens with Toledo when you try to do that. No, thank you. We will try to run it in with Hood. Get him his 2nd touchdown of the day. More reps for our offensive line here in short yardage, which is certainly an area of concern, an area that we need to see improvement. And Hood, untouched. Exactly what we need to see. We get another opportunity here. 3rd down and 6. Set Hood at the backfield. Just get right into Harding. I don't think he's got 1,000 yards yet. I don't think we have any 1,000-yard receiver yet. Good play call there. Wrong call. Should have audibled out of that one. 2nd and goal on the 18. Some yak. Ooh, close to getting some yak. Get some of that yardage back. 3rd and goal, double post. Too long, man. Too long to develop. But here's the situation. Not too proud. We'll take this field goal. Points are points. They're going for it on 4th down. Desperation time. Yeah, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be all or nothing. baby. Get home with the... It took... I just remember with Hawaii. First series, growing pains, learning the game. 10 games of playing the moments every game for us to get our first sack. See where we're at now is... Not going to say it's a miracle, but... Glad we finally... I'm glad I finally figured out my job. You know? Okay, but sir, I just sat here, looking at myself naked in the mirror. I was like, C4, bud, we got to figure out defense. Just a little bit. It's embarrassing at this point. We did. Harsh reality. Had a salad. So we're going to make the changes. We're going to make the lifestyle changes that we need to figure out how to play somewhat decent college football 26 defense. And it appears, while we are 20 overall points better than our opponents, we've at least kind of figured it out. Right on your block. That's the one thing I don't like about being the whole patient, don't hit turbo when you are running in this game, is sometimes there's just like no way to avoid running into the back and stumbling of like a lead blocker. Sometimes it's kind of frustrating. Oh, that could have been a PI. Oh, we got the Cookie Monster back in the backfield. Good run. Actually, that's not fair. The Cookie Monster is Alante Taylor from Tennessee. Got that nickname at Tennessee. Now he's been a very nice DB for the Saints. That is just straight up Cookie. I don't even know why they keep... I don't want to go for these onsides. I'll let these guys handle it. I don't want to share my tips and tricks. My ebook hasn't dropped yet. And what could be the final challenge? Challenge passed with a great game from Brandon Hood in the backfield. There we go. Nice. Get 4-star here and George Quarterman on the offensive line. Last thing standing between us and an undefeated regular season 4-7 Bowling Green. Bowling Green might be a fun team eventually. Where's that? Kentucky? Bowling Green's either in Kentucky or Ohio. I feel like it's in Kentucky. That'd be a fun one. Like, you know, take him to the SEC. And I don't know. I don't necessarily want to be like, hey, let's look at every rebuild and then judge it by the same trajectory of like, oh, we'll play good and then we'll bring them to a bigger conference. But I mean, that is kind of, I think, the end goal of these teams. That if UMass in real life became this good and would be better than like half of the teams like in the Big Ten or the ACC, I think they should be getting that jump. They're just smashing these teams. And we're going to go through an authentic sim. 4th down. Can we get the ultimate pad our stats here? What are we trying to take a knee? 20-yard field goal. Yeah, right. Let's run it up. Oh, yeah. That backup tight end. In fact, I got 2 tight ends that are better than every other tight end in the MAC. Goes to show you that there are levels to this. And as far as undefeated regular season is concerned, mission accomplished. The MAC championship has been set, and it's good because we haven't played Ohio this year through the regular season, so now we get the toughest test remaining in the MAC. To further justify we've accomplished everything we can do here, it's time for a bigger move. Guys, you get Darrell Toon, middle linebacker out of Florida, to commit. That is a top 100 recruit right there. The number 9, Mike. Nice. And where we stand elsewhere, we have Coffee, who we are... I mean, we're first, but are we just first until we're not first? With Texas looming, we are second on Nick Amerson. These are the guys that, like, you know, you probably going to want to bring into a visit. But I think we're still in that race with Nebraska, and then we are first right now ahead of Florida for Abdesmad. This now sets up what could potentially be the biggest upset in MAC history. With all due respect, Ohio 9-3, 6-2 in the regular season in MAC play. They beat us last year as a spoiler in overtime. But the levels to this, there's 69 across the board. Nice. But, I mean, there's just, we can't. We're a serious program. We can't lose this game. I don't care what kind of moments we have. We have to go in, defend our MAC championship, beat the best of the best that exists in this conference. And honestly, hopefully we belt the ass them a little bit. Just to reiterate the fact that, like, we've beat the MAC game. It is time to go up weight classes. We want to be the double champ. Let's see. Opening drive, touchdown UMass. Defensively, touchdown Ohio. Maybe we'll give them a little bit of chance. Ooh, 2 touchdowns Ohio. We get a 3rd down. There we go. I mean, hey, it's early. Maybe they'll run out of steam. But early on, a couple haymakers landed by Ohio. Okay, let's bring it. You want to go? 3rd down? You want to go? You want to bring it? We'll bring it. 14-14. Let's go. We score more. There we go. Touchdown. 21. Boom. Second half. Up 7. Coming again. 3rd down. Screen pass. Sure. Feel like another touchdown here. Like, it's just, I like to reference it. The Too Soon Jr. Fast and Furious. Paul Walker. Vin Diesel. Paul Walker, first race, hits the NOS early, gets a lead on Vin Diesel. And then Vin Diesel looking cool as hell. Because he did look, Vin Diesel was the cool guy in 2000s movies. And 12-year-old C4 was like, that guy is the coolest guy on earth. Wait a minute, we've had a couple too many runs here from Cookie. Wait a minute. No. Hood's hurt? Oh, now we're down our Remington, top 5 in Remington center, Spadola, and our starting left tackle. Now, we have seen before these season-ending injuries. Hairston last year. We have an incredibly tough football program, but I am rattled. That is not good. One of the best running backs in the nation. We're going to have to potentially reach unfound heights for this program with Cookie as our starting running back, which I got confidence there, but the drop-off can't be ignored. For yourself, there we go. I mean, also, maybe we can rely on the dual threat quarterback a little bit more. Haven't ran a whole lot, didn't really want to put him in harm's way. There we go, we open the 4th up. I mean, Ohio's not going away. Definitely feels like, for the most part here, things are looking good for UMass to run it back. And we are able to secure back-to-back MAC champions, which means, going back to what we said last year, going back to what we said during this last offseason, where we'll do the right thing. We won't leave too early. We have to win 2 MAC championships before we look at upgrading conferences, be it the ACC or the Big Ten, which I'm going to let you guys decide. Mission accomplished. UMass is getting an upgrade, and with this win, is it enough to secure a playoff bid? I'd like to think so, honestly. I think we got it. I think we did enough. We're probably going to get fucking smashed, but at least we've earned the opportunity to get smashed. And there we go. JKS, first year as a starter, sets the UMass single-season record for passing yards and passing touchdowns. T.Y. Harding sets the MAC career receiving yards record. Earned it. And secured the bag. Back-to-back MAC champions. On to the next one. Now, here's where we've experimented a little bit about, firing and trying to find the best DC possible. But, I mean, he's leveled up a lot. I think we've learned from our lesson of getting just fire the DC, hoping for something bigger and better. I think we just stick with our guy. He'll represent me improving playing defense, even just marginally. And there's just exact reason why we need to leave the MAC. We won the MAC championship, and it brought us up 1 spot in the polls. Now, an important 1 spot for trying to look at the college football playoff, but there's just not enough respect for this conference. Pretty cool. Butch Jones wins Coordinator of the Year. Cool. Tennessee gets the Heisman Trophy winner, going to Kenny Minchey. Not sure if that's a real player or not, but Good God. It's an insane stat line. Let's go. We get the Mackey winner. Andrew Olish, the 4-star Penn State transfer, wanted playing time. We gave it to him. 72 catches, 800 yards, 10 touchdowns. Might not fare well for him staying and returning for another year. He could be headed towards the NFL. Jaden Osbury, the Notre Dame transfer, gets the Dick Butkus Award. 72 tackles, 2 TFLs, had a hell of a year. And the playoff berth has been secured. Oh, man. Ohio State. I was just curious about Osbury's play, stat line here to win the award. 82 tackles, 2 TFLs, 2 sacks, 3 picks, 18 PBUs. Okay. That checks out. I mean, that's, again, not an insane season by any means. But, certainly, yeah, he earned it. And looking at the injury report, yeah, okay, we got the update here. And I think we only have 1 running back on the roster. Spadola's out. We're down Brandon Hood, who... Player stats? Let me look at that here. I mean, was on pace. He was before he got hurt, he was 3rd in the running back of the year award. So that just goes to show you, man, we finish this out. He gets an extra 2 games under his belt. Maybe he wins it. Also, weapon as a receiver. 41 catches, 300 yards, almost 400 yards, and another 2 touchdowns. Joe Harris-Simiak comes 3rd in the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award. There's no way Rich Rod's winning. There's no way. I did that. There's no way. Here, yeah. Hood ended up 3rd in the Doak Walker. And he missed the final 2 games. So, I mean, I want to just biasly say he plays, doesn't get hurt. That's our award. All right, let's try our best. Now, Mac or not, if we want to get to where we want to go, these are the teams we got to beat. So... I don't need the pageantry, because I'm feeling this could be kind of rough. There we go, opening drive. Okay, we'll hop in. I feel like I can't. I wouldn't be doing this team justice if we strictly just let's see if we can beat them straight sim. We got to be out there with our guys. Biggest moment of their careers. Final T.Y. Harding, final game, potentially, if we do not win and secure upset of the year. But I do certainly feel like with no Hood in the backfield, the run game it's got to go on the arm of the first-year starter. We got weapons, man. We got the Mackey winner. We have the best tight end in college football. We have the best sophomore quarterback in college football. We have the most productive wide receiver everywhere he's gone in Harding. Get some of those yards, make it a manageable 3rd and 5. Curl flat. Can we get the cookie out the backfield? That's going to be our read. Oh, he had it, and he dropped it. Settle for a field goal. Trust that they'll make it. There we go. All right, 3-3. Defense is getting stops. We're coming in 3rd and 7. Just got no chance seeing the play art. Okay. It's fine. If you've ever watched my gameplay, it definitely looks like sometimes I don't even know my own play art. Big sack. They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 1. They're making me come out and just go through the motions of a field goal block. Maybe it's got a bit of added pressure. Camera is on, 96. Good kick. I mean, we're keeping it ugly. This game just as easy could be 30-0 at this point. We live by the blitz, die by the blitz. We've got guys we've landed in the transfer portal that the big boys of Ohio State are nothing. But look, that is just an absolute layup. Run out of steam here a little bit. I mean, right there, look, there's 2 straight times we've been in their territory. No, we're not going to let you go in on offense. And now we're here down 10. Come on, I just want Harden to get one big play. I want Harden to prove that he can make plays against Ohio State level players. To be honest, it didn't feel like 97 throw power on that one. I feel like you have 97 throw power, you're leading that receiver there, and it's falling right into the breadbasket. I don't know. Now I would say, yeah, now it's clearly now or never. I mean, it's just, the moment's too big. But you know what? I will say right now, bitch made Ohio State. You're Ohio State and you're scared to press man me? You know what I'm saying? You ain't shit. And he dropped. I mean, it would have been brought back anyway. But that drop, that's just like the RNG bullshit. It's like, clearly you're going to lose this game, so your tight end, that's the Mackey winner, is going to drop a wide open pass. Turnover on downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't happen in any other game this year. Is that a problem? Should the game manufacture failure just because of the moment? I don't know. I guess. Make the challenge, make the grind, make the journey. Sure. But, man, I mean, just tough to get this going. Didn't really get enough moments offensively or defensively, for that matter, to keep this game close. We knew it was going to happen. But, you know, finish off with a touch. You know, maybe we get a score here. Maybe we get the ball back and get finished with 2 straight scores. Make Ohio State feel that they were in a game. Oh, badly, I want to get Harding a touchdown. But just not enough plays went our way. Didn't get enough rolls. I mean, we made this realization with the Hawaii Dynasty. Like, at a point in time, probably going to have to stop playing the moments, because the moments, I think, are against you. The moments, play the moments, are almost like the YouTube robots that my YouTube channel tries to battle against. Should my YouTube channel probably should the discrepancy between the other big YouTube channels that play in this space and my channel, should it be that big of a discrepancy? Biasly, no fucking way. But there's other powers that be that try to keep the order of things, the food chain intact. And maybe, just maybe, that same algorithm that I compete against for my livelihood applies to this game when you are playing through the moments. There's certain things designed to keep the order of things, to keep the food chain the way it needs to be. And of course, Ohio State has Dylan Raiola, the quarterback we almost landed in the transfer portal. Hell of a year, man. Hell of a year. Where are we going next? I just leveled our coach. Maybe we'll get a first little insight. Did we increase the school prestige? We did by half star. So we've been able to bring UMass up to a 3-star prestige, even though we lose a little bit of coach stability, gain a little bit of coach prestige. And we're about to get a huge gainer to conference prestige. And it's not the silver lining of losing to the eventual champion, but, you know, Ohio State went on a run, SMU went on a run, and I still have zero belief that West Virginia made the college football playoff 3 years in. No chance. Looking at our stats, a historic season for JKS, breaking the record for touchdowns and yards in a single season in his first year, and with that A+ playing time deal breaker, no worry that he is going to hit the transfer portal, which is a win. Unfortunately, maybe slight worry. I'd love, just even if he's not playing, Harrison to be our emergency option off the bench, so we absolutely will use one of our persuasions if he does enter the portal. Brutal that Brandon Hood got hurt, but he's a junior, and no worry about deal breaker, so he's going to be able to run it back next season. It is the a chance that we lose out on Cookie, another player that, you know, in terms of overall impact, that they're not here, not necessarily a deal breaker, but want to try to keep him here for his full career. Harding ends his career as just, you know, what left for him to do? 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, just under 1,000 for Dia Johnson. Olesh, the Mackey winner, word that he is going to want to go to the NFL. So, like, you know, we got to keep tabs on that. You got Jefferson, Got him in the portal last year. He had a hell of a year. O'Gunny at tight end with 6 touchdowns. Very reliable red zone threat. Want to convince him to stick around as well. Defensively, Osbury won all the awards as senior. Would love to see him get drafted, kind of pad our stats for overall players getting drafted. We get 10 sacks from the Canadian Bryce Butler. 9.5 from London Merritt. Ooh. One and done. Potentially looking there. Got him in the portal last year. Pretty rough deal breaker. 9.5 sacks. 8.5 for Jordan Thomas. Same for I mean, just the 2 Georgia Bulldog D tackles. Insane production. Love seeing that. Shout out the senior Spells. Leaving on a high note with 4 picks. Leading the team. Love seeing the freshman Lefotu, first year as a starter, have a productive season. In case we do have a bad offseason, lose players, Hairston will still be in the record books for most passing touchdowns in a game, and Harding in the record books for UMass most receiving yards in a game, in which Harding also has the MAC record. JKS took over the record for UMass for passing yards in a season. We'll say, though, I mean, we're never able to, with Harding, to catch Andy Isabel's receiving yards, Tajay Sharp's receptions, JKS with the single-season touchdown record. And then we have, for a career, Harding, all-time leader in receiving yards and receptions for UMass. What the hell is Zulo? And we got Mac, all-time receiving yards. A legend of the game. I got the drum roll. Players leaving. We got ourselves 9 persuasion chances. Let's see who we have. First, we have Jordan Thomas. No chance. We have Cookie. How about Cookie? Brand exposure. Yes, let's go. You know. Tiasi. Got him in the portal. That is a huge get. Still want him a part of this pass rush rotation. We have Merritt. Dude, what? Low chances, and they are staying. They are buying in. Maury, who we let start this year, fucks us. We got Maples at quarterback. We have too many QBs on the roster as is. See if we can keep Rager in the secondary. We have too many guards as is. So let's, I mean, maybe we keep Maples and then we make the decision whether or not we want. I don't know. Okay, screw it. F off. Sick that Harding is getting projected to go into the 3rd round as one of the great success stories. I'd also like to think, you know, Howland, Osbury, those guys could sneak into day 3 selections. Sick. 4. Let's go. Howland goes round 7. Tree. The man known as Tree goes 6. Osbury gets robbed. Thought he would go for sure. Harding goes in the 3rd round. Best of luck. And Jordan Thomas, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, got him in the portal. Hackensack, New Jersey. Baller for us. Goes in the 2nd round. Would have been nice to get that 1st rounder because that would have been enough to unlock talent developer for Harrisimiak's coaching tree. We'll have to wait. But I definitely have no doubt in my mind we have 1st round talents on this team. Take a look at the final recruiting cycle. We have a deal breaker, unfortunately, for Coffee, which, I mean, I don't want to remove him. That could still be like a little bit of a bug. I mean, depending on, I think we could totally leave these 3 guys on. We just got to see, of that 900 hours, how aggressive we need to get in the transfer portal. Will we have now 4 stars interested? And we do. Let's go. Not a crazy amount. Hey, we know firsthand there are 3 stars that are worth getting excited about. 3 stars that are absolute ballers. But there's something different about 4. Do we have any 5s? Okay. No 5s. Couple 4s. How many 4s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. We can work with that. So taking a look at the transfer portal, I'll say that it was fair. It was fine. Maybe not as generous as I thought it maybe should be. I always wonder too, man, like if we were in the ACC, would we have more available players? But you know, at the end of the day, I only have 10 remaining hours, so we're able to make the most of it. We have Deloach at corner, 5'10", $173, more of a nickel, but we don't have a lot of high-end players in our secondary. He's a top 30 player in the portal, a number 8 corner overall. So he absolutely would be a guy, and I think justified as our number 1 target. We have the 4-star Willie Cook. Willie Cook, the pun is there. Top 50 player, freshman 4-star, and we're his number 1 school. So that could be a nice little layup here. We have Quentin Martin from Penn State. 4-star, has some interest. He's number 5, has UMass, so that could be a little difficult to jump up, but he's a big-time speedster. Same with Malik Clark at wide receiver. He'd be a one and done, but you can always add a couple nice seniors when we're jumping up competition. The more depth, the better. Then we got a mix of like 3-star sophomore, freshman type. We got a 6'7" vertical threat in JT Taggart. Got Funderbuck. That guy, you can run it. Then you got John Kamara. Some great names, but I don't know. Maybe I was expecting a little bit more. Let's be happy with what we get, though. Let's not get too greedy. That's kind of cool. We unlock Master Motivator. So let's see. We got our first kind of roll here for the portal. We get the 3-star vertical threat tight end. You get a freshman linebacker. You get a freshman corner. We get a sophomore corner. We get another corner. So a lot of DB depth. Needed DB depth. Jalen Butler at strong safety. We might end this portal, as we're a team that's trying to ascend. We might have like our worst portal of the rebuild, inexplicably. We're losing out on 4 stars. Now, Cook has been a pain in the ass because we've had nothing to give him a proper hard sell. But we have, at least we got a visit opportunity out of this. All right, I mean, if we can get Cook, I'll be all right with it. And I think we didn't. I think we didn't get a single 4-star. We got, well, not as bad was late recruiting, but we did not get a single 4-star in the transfer portal. That's brutal. Damn, and Cook's chase, that would have been a sophomore star-dev wideout to add to the room. Now, it wasn't like a speedster archetype, which would have been the ultimate role, but, I mean, it's still just very frustrating not to gain a lot of ground. It's like that's where your foundation is built up with your high school recruits, but the speed-upness of your program success and able to compete sooner than later is done via the portal. And we didn't have a chance, man. Brutal. We finished with the number 40 class in the nation, all things considered. Not bad, not terrible. Wish it was better, but could have been worse. So let's start by looking at our transfer portal gets, because the class was certainly whelming. We got Trey Kane, normal dev, Franklin, normal dev on Butler. This is fun. This is so gross. Impact, Kamara, Impact, Funderburk, Impact, and Keenan, Impact. Just a terrible transfer portal to get that extra kick in the ass of momentum of jumping up conferences. I think maybe that's the downside. So far there hasn't really been a whole lot of downside staying this extra year in the MAC. And I don't know. Maybe it's tinfoil hat day, but I think if we were an ascending program in the ACC or the Big Ten, we would have had more 4-stars be interested in us. Looking at our high school kit, I mean, hopefully, this is where we get some good depth traits, couple stars. We got Impact, Ream, Impact, Odom, 4-star, Impact, Carvalho, Impact, Adam is mad, Star Dev, okay, nice. 4-star, Quarterman's an Impact, and Toon as a fucking normal dev. Our top 100 player. Probably the only top 100 player that's a normal dev. So, if this rebuild takes an extra season, if next year's rough, if 5 years was kind of the pace that was set by Hawaii, if we can't achieve that with this very talented UMass team, I think we look back to this year's recruiting cycle and the talent that we've brought in, not good. Not good by my own standards, not good by a team that made to the college football playoff, not good to give us an extra, like I said, kick in the ass going upgrade in a conference. Damn. So position changes supposedly were fixed. So I'm going to blindly assume that they were. And we're going to be able to move some of these guys around, and min-max in particular, offensive and defensive lines. Now, coming out of training camp, have a couple big-time players we got to talk about. One is our new wide receiver 1. Amari Jefferson had a nice training camp. He's now up to a 93 overall. We have 2 big gainers with the dev traits. We have Devin Crumpler, who we got last year as an elite dev. He has 93 credits, to work on upgrading. So let's see if we can kind of, with this luxury, get his speed to the 90s, which we can. His hands are relatively decent. Let's get him again. Try to just break thresholds. 80 catching. For physicals, we can get and unlock 50-50, which is nice. Let's see if we can get that route running into the 80s. Actually, those medium deets are not... I mean, it doesn't really match up with an elite release that he has. We can work on his elusiveness a little bit there. Get that into the 80s. Work on his IQ. A couple points here, especially while it's only 1 credit to unlock. So we already have him up to a 77, which is excellent. I don't know. I guess see if we can improve his spectacular catch a little bit and just keep going with that physical. Just make him... I mean, what's his size? 50-50 jump ball. Is he like 6'3", 6'4"? He's 6'1", so that's not maybe the perfect build. But let's go... Why not? Let's go one more into quickness. Let's go one more into hands. Like this, again, elite dev players really are absolute game changers. Especially when you can develop him the way that we are doing it right now. Getting him up to gold 50-50. And with 3 points remaining, we'll just pump it right in to his IQ. But now as an 83 overall, he's gone from absolute afterthought to he's going to contribute this year. And we also have a wide receiver, probably the best get. Now, someone said NAMA. Is that Maine? No, he's from Mass. The homegrown elite top 50 player that we got last year. He's got with the just absolute insane skill caps. I don't really care about recruit too much. So let's see what we can do about him from an athletic standpoint. We need to replace Harding. Fact of the matter is, when we have this opportunity to potentially make a special player, I don't even think we really need to think twice. Like, we'll get takeoff. Oh. And then with 18, let's work on his hands. We'll get him at least 80 catching. And I'll pump some points in here to his route running a little bit. Might as well make him more elusive. Has a crazy ceiling as an athlete. But DeAndre Forrest, this is going to be, I think, a guy we force feed targets. Unreal story. Wanted to be a part of this UMass project. Was a 4-star. Was a, I think, what, the number 3 wide receiver in the nation. And he's our Ashton Genty. And I think we need to start respecting and treating him as such. Even with a 79 rating, what's that going to put him in terms of the order of the depth chart? Like, he'll go ahead of Hayes. I'll probably even put him ahead of Crumpler. Even though, I mean, we do utilize 4 wide receivers. So that is, I mean, yeah, let's go. That's sick. We have a tight end. Thought he was going to be gone to the draft for sure. Olesh, the reigning defending Mackey winner, which is the best tight end in college football. And I mean, we're in a real good spot here to kind of let's just max out his IQ. Don't really care about, necessarily cheesing the weight till we get our recruits and max out the skill tree to get that little bump. That's been nerfed too. I don't know how much it's been nerfed, but I think at this point it's all about putting him in the best spot to send him to the show. And that is making him a complete tight end and giving him some blocking ability. But that might be a future first-round pick. Spadola at center did unfortunately finish the season with an injury, but he was on the short list for the Remington Award, which is the best center in all of college. And again, we're in a situation where, maybe we do wait here. Let's make sure we save 10 points, and I will try and just see just how much, boost we may still get from hitting skill caps while you have recruits. I mean, that's still how it should work, right? Like, there's no way that this whole mechanism is not designed to still save some points to utilize as such. So we got 10 there. We'll go IQ, and there we go. He's an 85, probably be 86, 87 by the time we max out run block and pass block. One of the best young centers in the nation. Defensively, one of our big winners, our pass rush. I thought he was going to be gone for sure in the transfer portal. That is London Merritt, our top pass rusher from a year ago. So we got some nice skill sets. Let's see. Usually when we have guys that already have 89 power and finesse and they're pretty well rounded like that, I do like to try and see if we can get some physicals to go along with it. But we'll bump up his run stuff and kind of make him a complete player. We'll get his finesse move. We might as well get his power move into the 90s. And with that, can we... so we need the finesse move to come up. We need the finesse move to jump up a little bit. So let's go 7 points there. And then with 12 remaining, we can get both Pocket Disruptor. We can unlock Duress. We can go Pocket Disruptor 2. We can get Duress 2. And with the 2 remaining, can we spend that? Can we invest it? No, but expectations, double-digit sacks for Merritt this season, even with the jump up in competition. We lost one of our Georgia tackle transfers to the NFL. But Baco, the nose tackle, 344 pounds, is returning. I think this is a great opportunity to see if how high of a rating. We might as well max out the run stuffing ability. That is his bread and butter. He has 96 power move, which is off the charts. I think with that 9 remaining, do we have any abilities we can unlock? Get inside, we got Platt there. Really care about, I'm not gonna say I don't really care as soon as he gets hurt by an injury, but we'll be able to max out his IQ here, and he has him as a 92 overall, one of the highest rated players on our team. There's 2 linebackers I want to highlight. One was Junior, a 3-star gem star dev trait, got pretty much, red-shirted, and we got a player here that's not the best skill caps. I think, honestly, we might as well max out his quickness while we're here, and then we work on his pass coverage a little bit. See if we can get him into the 80s of zone coverage. And then we follow it up. Let's help IQ a little bit. Let's give him a little bit of run stuffing. That's a lot of points. 60-plus points, especially if that's going to kind of be his norm as we go throughout. It won't be too long before we hit all those skill caps and have a nice maxed out, like, mid-low 80s linebacker. When I was looking through, speaking of skill caps, Dwayne Johns. A transfer portal get. He was just kind of like, Pat, look at he only has 5 total skill caps. The downside's only an impact depth, but he might be a guy we want to try to sneak on the field to see if there is any chance that we can get his dev trade to go up. Because in terms of ceiling, he has an incredibly high ceiling. He could be like a 99 overall. He could be one of the highest rated linebackers in all of college football. So, expectations very high that Dwayne Johns is going to develop into a special player for us. Really, really underrated get in the portal. And we're saving the best for last. JKS, Sega Borlotele, at quarterback, star dev trait. What are we working with? Do we have any physicals we can unlock? Not yet. Dot would be sick. We need deep accuracy. We need break sack. Break tackle. Throw under pressure. Throw under, all those things would be nice. I think, firstly, let's treat ourselves. Max out with 99 throw power. Secondly, we'll hit him there with the accuracy. We need the, one there to bump up break sack. Now we can get dot. Love it. How much more deep accuracy can we get? Bump there. Go back. Get dot again. Need 93. I don't think we're going to get it there. I mean, we might as well just max out his accuracy. Takes him to a 91. And then we'll be able to get one more dot as soon as we get 8 more points, which is nice. I think extender would be pretty cool to get. And that is on break sack. 86 break sack. And with that, we still got a ways to go with elusiveness in terms of skill caps, so we should be able to get that special play. Now the worry comes, as a junior, is he going to declare for the NFL draft next season? Probably. So I think this is the perfect stop to stop because we need to pull the room. A couple episodes, sometimes I'll just record a bunch, not really wait on your guys' feedback. This is certainly one where I think we need to read the room. We've won 2 straight back. We are so far above where we need to be in terms of competition. And we can stay here. We proved last year that we can run the table and make the college football playoff as a MAC program. But I think everything else, raising the floor, helping us out with recruiting, helping us out with the transfer portal, the MAC is only affecting us negatively at this point. So with UMass, where do we go? Geographically, the 2 conferences that make sense, ACC and the Big Ten. I think we talked about the ACC. You have Boston College, so you have an immediate rival there. I think you look at, you also have Pitt. You have Syracuse. Those are teams that, that's, locally, geographically, you're in, a similar area code. Now you have, the Stanfords of the world, the Cals of the world that make it look a little bit different. But I think overall, the ACC might make the most sense. And I've been looking at you guys' feedback. I've asked this question before, and it seemed like most were slightly trending towards the ACC. But you look at the Big Ten, I don't know, but I'm, super up on American geography, but I feel like Illinois, Maryland, Penn State, Rutgers, these are all programs that are, again, within, the realm of area, distance. Could make a lot of sense. Not a lot of huge time zone differences. between those programs. So I think I'd be perfectly fine with either one. If there's a big change in momentum and everyone thinks the Big Ten is where we need to go, we will go to the Big Ten. If everyone thinks the ACC is where we need to go, we will go to the ACC. And I guess not just from a geographical standpoint, but challenge. I mean, you go to the ACC, you get Clemson, you get Duke, who might be one of the most overpowered sim teams that exist in college football 26. You get Miami, who's always good. You get SMU, who's always good. You get Florida State, who's usually a problem. And then you get like the kind of sneaky good teams. Syracuse can be tricky. North Carolina with Belichick can be tricky. Pitt, Louisville can also be very, very tricky. So it's a nice level there. I do think the Big Ten ultimately will give us more of a challenge because you have, you know, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland can be tricky. Nebraska can be tricky. Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, USC, UCLA has kind of finished their rebuild. They're back being a legitimate program. You got Washington, who's, you know, capable of getting hot and going to a college football playoff. Same with Wisconsin. So I think the ACC may make the most sense. Big Ten may be the biggest challenge, therefore could be fun. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let me know in the comment section below which conference we should jump to. And based off of your guys' feedback, that is where we will move UMass into year 4 of this college football 26 dynasty rebuild. But that will do for me today, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. We're getting very close to 180,000 subscribers here on the channel. Would love to hit that goal before too long. If you ask, hey, how can I help out the channel? All I look for in return is this channel's constant battle with the YouTube algorithm to show maybe to these people, the thousands upon thousands that are consuming and watching Dynasty content that still don't know Year 15 C4 exists. The YouTube robot's holding me down. And I guess based off of deep diving on videos and stuff, the algorithm, likes and comments, engagement like that helps. So hey, even just commenting for the algo, I very much appreciate it. The like button if you truly enjoy the videos, it supposedly helps, and that's all I look for in return. But that'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out, love ya,